Ready. You ready? Let him. You're good.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Kill. Bravo.
On 2nd and 2, Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Kill. Let's see what you got.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Hey, Alpha.
To throw is Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Right there, 54 Mike. 5-9. Watch the safety creep. Slam.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down. 95-56. Blue day. 0-2. Hey, high 7.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, 26 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Here we go.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Prescott to throw it. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Caught by Cobb. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Breeze. Again has it complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. These two teams all tied after one. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready, yellow lady. Right by 4. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Slow. Check Mike 54. Mike 50. He's the opposite.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
5-8. Check. Walk 54. Break it down, fellas. Break it down.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sip through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Breeze going to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. Well, with that incompletion, let's tap into the useless facts file, shall we? 3 guys with the last name Allen got the start in Week 9. Josh in Buffalo, Kyle in Carolina, Brandon in Denver. All 3 got the win. And, Charles, it's the first time in league history that 3 QBs sharing the last name won on the same weekend.
How about that? And I think for Brandon Allen, his first start as well, so not bad. Now, throw in the guys who have the same last name and their starts. Let's go to 2000. The Johnsons, Brad, Doug, and Rob. And in 1984, we're really digging deep here. I love this. Dave, Wade, and Mark Wilson. Now, to my recollection, none of them were related. Just all had the same last name. Who would you take, the Johnsons, or would you take the Wilsons?
I'll take the Johnsons because I actually remember them playing. But, oh, I'm sorry, you're getting mad at me for that comment. But none of them ever won on the same weekend, so we witnessed NFL history this past week.
We certainly did. Great NFL history. At least Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mark 54. It's our time. It's our time.
On first down, Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
From the 39, Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
SOS.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On third down, it's Prescott. And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Marr now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Saints take over
Let's go,
first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
On 2nd and inches. Breeze. Thomas has got it. Complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Breeze nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds Cook. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
First down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Check. Walk 54. Sammy.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, box drop. Hey, easy.
Here's Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, hey, we talked about the AFC playoff picture. Let's look at the NFC. That's a different story. You've got Dallas and Philly neck and neck in the East. Then Green Bay, New Orleans, and San Francisco as division leaders. But we're only 2 more wild card spots. There'll be some good teams left out in the cold in January.
Yeah, because right now you got Seattle at 7-2, Minnesota 6-3. They would be in as of right now. But the Rams, 5-3, Carolina, and whoever doesn't win the East out of either Dallas or Philadelphia, this is going to be a heck of a battle, isn't it? People are going to have an effect on this conference with every game that's played, maybe even teams that aren't in the conference. If you lose to someone, anyone, it could knock you out of the race.
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air again, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Marr able to put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 36, Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Elliott. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 31 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. To throw, it's Breeze. This is caught by Ginn. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. To throw again on second down. Breeze looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. And again, it's Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing, Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, Harris. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I'm going to come back to you.
On first down, it's Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd and 11 now, Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Get on the point right here.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Breeze now on first down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Here's Kamara out of a pistol. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run it again with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Bree's going to go on 4th down. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards. Prescott to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try to...
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for the... And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because There are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. On first down, Breeze. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Joker. Pick the edge.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A busy night continues for Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Kamara off the draw. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Switches. Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the right hash, this from 48. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end. Well, this one provided some